action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Monday edition of TNI News. Now, I know normally on Mondays I do the live streams, but because on Friday I did a live stream when I normally do the pre-recorded video, I thought I would go on and just do a pre-recorded video today. I'm not sure what I'm going to end up doing on Friday, but Wednesday I'll be back with the live stream. But let's get into the news. I'm going to be recapping a lot of the big news from last week, plus a few things that have happened since Friday. We'll touch base on as well today. So let's start off on the McFarlane toy front. So we've got a number of pre-orders coming up over the course of the next 2 weeks, most of which are actually things like statues. But we do have what is being called the McFarlane Toys cover creation line. This is a subline, I guess, for DC. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them do Spawn for this as well. But the first one that they're doing is based on Dark Knight Returns, #1. It is a Batman figure that looks like it's pretty much just a repaint. I can't tell if that figure is all black. But again, it's basically recreating the cover to The Dark Knight Returns with the lightning in the back. Right now, all we have is just this preview image, and it is going to be released as an Amazon exclusive. And this is supposed to be going up for pre-order tomorrow, probably around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when McFarlane pre-orders usually go up. We'll get more details tomorrow, a better look at this, and exactly what it's going to entail, along with the cost. But as I said, this is the first of what I'm assuming is going to be, I'm sure they're going to do more of these. And it looks like essentially a way for McFarlane to kind of do repaints of figures that they've already done. So like I say, tomorrow's the pre-order, again, probably around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And this one, at least, is going to be sold as an Amazon exclusive. On December 12th, we have a new Walking Dead Rick Grimes 1/6 scale deluxe resin statue. So specifically, this is based on Walking Dead, The One Who Lives. And this one's going to be going up for pre-order on the 12th. So this one will be going up on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And this one will be available pretty much everywhere, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. On December 13th, this coming Friday, we have some new movie Maniac figures based on the new Beetlejuice movie. So they are going to be doing a 4-pack. This is going to include Beetlejuice. You're also going to get Bob and the fourth figure, baby Beetlejuice, and then the fourth figure is going to be Astrid. So again, you can get all 4 of those. You also have the worm there. That's part of like the little diorama. So I would say if you're going to get these Beetlejuice movie Maniacs, and these are 6-inch with minimal articulation figures, then I would probably recommend that you go with the 4-pack. But they are releasing Bob and Astrid as single releases as well. So if you just want those 2, you can buy them as singles. But then if you want the Beetlejuice and the baby Beetlejuice and the worm diorama stuff, you'll have to get the 4-pack. Now, I don't have any pricing information on the 4-pack, but, so we'll find out more on Friday. This will be available. All of these will be available pretty much everywhere, again, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Then next week, on December 17th, we've got a new 1/10 scale Stanley Lou Punchline statue. So again, this is going to be going up for pre-order on the 17th, December 17th. And again, this one will be available everywhere, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. And then on December 18th, we have some new 1/3 scale Batman Cowls. So they've been doing this line of Cowls based on various versions of Batman. So these are going to be going up for pre-order on December 18th. Again, these will be available pretty much everywhere. So the 3 that they're releasing in this wave, we are getting a Batman Begins, so a Christian Bale cowl. We're also getting a Hush version from the comics, and first appearance in Detective Comics Batman is the 3rd one in this wave. So as I say, these will be going up for pre-order on December 18th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. For you hockey fans, McFarlane Toys has released this preview showing 2 new SportPicks figures for NHL. So we're getting Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid. McDavid is part of Team Canada, and Matthews is part of Team USA. So, kind of variants, not in their typical team uniforms, but in their their country's team uniform. So again, Team USA and Team Canada for Matthews and McDavid. No word on when these are actually going to be available. So just that they're going to be coming soon. But again, if you're into sports picks and like NHL hockey, then these are ones that you might want to check out. And then also McFarlane released preview images for 2 new DC Multiverse figures that are going to be released as Target store exclusives. So no word on exactly when these are going to be available. I assume at some point they will be available online. I have not heard of these showing up at physical stores. Oftentimes these have already started showing up at physical stores before McFarlane even announces them, but I don't believe these have started to show up yet, but probably will soon. But we are getting a JSA version of Wildcat, and then also from New Gods, Orion. So when I get more details on exactly when these will be available or when they go up online, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Now, the final thing I have for you guys on the McFarlane toy front for today is last week they announced that on December 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be the McFarlane Toys show on their YouTube channel, the McFarlane Toys YouTube channel. I'm not entirely sure if this is like a live stream. It did say streaming, but I don't know if it's going to be actually live or if it's something that's going to be pre-recorded. I don't even know exactly what they're going to be doing for this, the McFarlane Toys show. I would assume showing off new product, but they didn't give any details. They just announced the name of the show and that it's going to be premiering on December 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So if there are new products revealed, we'll have full coverage up on Toy News International for whatever is revealed, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it in a future video. For you Hasbro Ghostbuster fans, and I'm sure you're probably already aware of this, but just in case, at least if you back this campaign, but the Haslab Ghostbuster Ecto-1 did end up getting fully funded. It is moving forward, so if you backed either one, the regular version or the version that allows you to basically change the Ecto-1 as it appears to, how it appears in the second Ghostbuster movie with all the additional figures. Either way, whichever one you chose to back, you will be getting it because the campaign reached its minimum funding goal of $12,000 before the campaign ended. There were no stretch goals. Originally, there was an early bird figure, but when it didn't meet that early bird number, they just went on and threw in the figure and said if the campaign got funded, they would include the Louis Tully figure. So all the figures will be included, all the accessories, all that stuff. The final number for the campaign ended up being around 17,706. So it took the last couple of days, but it did get funded and then some. And so again, if you're into Ghostbusters and this was a campaign that you backed, you will be getting it sometime next year. All right, now let's jump into some Transformer news. So we got quite a bit of that last week. I talked about a lot of this on Friday's live stream, but again, I want to recap the news from last week here. So first of all, we got going up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store was another one of those Transformer Godzilla crossover figures. Synergy X is what they call it. So last time we got Godzilla, which was a repaint of Grimlock. This is the second one. It is a repaint of one of the Optimus Primes. And, I can't really say that there's much about this that says Godzilla to me. It's got the little Godzilla logo. He transforms into a tanker truck. So again, it's just a repaint, but this is technically part of that Transformers Godzilla mashup series that Hasbro's been doing. So this one, again, went up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. Only Big Bad Toy Store. It didn't go up on Entertainment Earth for some reason. But the cost is $64.99. And as I'm filming this, it is still available for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. And the release date on this one is listed as June of next year. Now, Godzilla isn't the only crossover that Hasbro's doing for their Transformers line. We also last week got our first look at the new Target exclusive 2-pack that is a Transformers Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. So the 2-pack features Sonic and Wings, or specifically in this set, it's Wingtail and Blue Booster. So The Sonic figure transforms into a car. The Tails figure transforms into actually a pretty cool looking biplane. That's actually the cooler of the two figures in the set, in my opinion. Again, this is going to be offered as a Target store exclusive. It is supposed to be going up for pre-order tomorrow on December 10th. The cost of this one is $49.99. It's supposed to be going up for pre-order around 1 p.m. Eastern time. You never know with Target if they'll have it up exactly at 1, but in that time frame is when you should expect it to go up on the Target website. So again, if you want to add this one to your collection, it is being sold as a Target store exclusive. And then besides the Sonic the Hedgehog 2-pack, last week we also got reveals for the first round of figures from Hasbro's new Transformers Age of the Primes theme for next year. That is the theme for Transformers next year, though we are getting some G1 inspired stuff in this line, most notably the aerial bots that will form Superion, but some other stuff as well. So just to go down the list, everything that was revealed, and these will be going up for pre-order again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, December 10th. These should be pretty much available everywhere, including our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So the first figure, the big guy, Optimus Prime, this version of Optimus Prime, which is actually being sold as a Titan class figure. It is listed as the 13-star Optimus Prime. So the cost of this one is going to be $89.99. The figure, Optimus, is said to stand about 15 inches tall. You also get a 3-in-1 conversion from robot to truck mode in 30 steps, and then from truck mode into battle station mode in 36 steps. You also get included a Micromaster Autobot Hot Rod figure, the MT-13 micro trailer that Hot Rod can fit inside, so a little battle station for the little mini Hot Rod. And you also get a cannon blaster, shoulder blasters, ammo clip, swivel turret that becomes a blaster, Zodiac orb, and blast effects accessory. So I guess the Zodiac orb is plays a role in this Age of Prime storyline. I'm not that familiar with it, but that's my assumption. Kind of the modern matrix of leadership or something like that, I guess. But again, Optimus Prime, this version of Optimus Prime is going to be a Titan class, and it's going to cost you $89.99. Then we have for leader class, Megatronus, the Fallen. So with his fiery effects, he's got a sword and an axe. So Megatronus is going to be transforming into a tank. So that is his alternate form. And that one is going to cost you $54.99. Also for leader class, we have in G2 colors, Grimlock and Wheelie. So this is pretty much looks like a repaint to me, but again, in the G2 colors, and I believe they're going to end up doing all the Dinobots in G2 colors. I think there's going to be a 2-pack coming with 2 of the Dinobots, and so if you're into G2 colors, again repaint here, but if you're into G2 colors, then this is something that you might be interested in. And Grimlock is going to cost $54.99. Now, for me, the reveals from last week that I'm most excited for is we're going to be getting the aerial bots who will, when completed, will form Superion. The first 3 are going up for pre-order again tomorrow. And keep in mind, we're also next year getting Devastator, new Constructicons and Devastator. So Silverbolt is going to be a commander class figure, and this is going to work just like the recent Stunticon. So you've got Silverbolt as your main piece when you are making Superion, and then the other aerial bots will essentially fit onto Superior or Silverbolt to form Superion. So height wise, you can expect this to be about the same height as the Menace or the Stunticons, which makes sense because the aerial bots' arch nemesis is the Stunticons and Menasor. So Silverbolt is going to be $89.99, and we'll get to the other 2 that are going to be going up for pre-order tomorrow as well. But before we get to that, we have another Voyager class Prima Prime is the name of this one. So this, I believe, is a new character, if I'm not mistaken, or at least one I'm not familiar with. But this one is going to cost $34.99. And with this one, you get, stands about 7 inches, and then it's going to transform into a Cybertronian type truck. So that is its alternate form. Then we have an updated version of Red Alert. So the primes, this is another Voyager class. Doesn't look like G1 Red Alert, but is an emergency type vehicle. This one's going to cost $34.99. Then we have a new female Transformer, Solus Prime. So this is a deluxe class, and she transforms into an armored car and comes with the Forge of Solus Prime. So that hammer-looking thing is again has some special meaning to this particular storyline. So again, that is a deluxe class that's going to cost $24.99. Then our next aerial bot will be Air Raid, and these aerial bots look very much like their G1 counterparts, which I think is nice. So this one's going to be $24.99. We also have Waspinator, so this who transforms into a car, not a wasp, but Waspinator is going to be coming to the line, and this is another deluxe class, which is going to cost $24.99. And then again, for our third aerial bot, we pre-order, it's going to be Slingshot. So again, deluxe, $24.99. So, Silverbolt is the larger, and then all the others are deluxes. And then, like I say, they'll fit together on Superion, just like the Stunticons do for Minosaur. And then finally, we got some pipeline reveals. So no images of the actual figures, just the names. So we did get some artwork to show what the characters look like. So to me, the most notable here is Vortex, who is a member of the Combaticons, transforms into a helicopter. So that means not only are we getting the aerial bots with Superion, the Constructicons with Devastator next year, but it looks like we're also going to start getting the Combaticons as well, which means then we'll be able to form Bruticus, which I'm sure will work just like Minosaur and Superion. So I'm sure Bruticus will be the same height as those two. So the Constructicons are a little bit different because you have 6 Transformers that combine as opposed to the normal 5. But with Superion and again Minosaur, if you've got that one, and I'm sure Bruticus, those will all be where you have that centerpiece, and then they connect onto that centerpiece. The other name reveals that we got last week are another Prime, Onyx Prime, Skybite, and Heatwave. So all of those will be coming to the line, and we will probably see, early next year, probably around February timeframe, I'm thinking, is when those will be officially revealed. There's not been a whole lot of Star Wars news, but the couple of things I have for you, going up for pre-order last week was a new Black Series figure. Master Kelnacca, the Wookiee from the Acolyte series, is getting a figure. So again, that went up for pre-order last week. You can get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon has it as well. So if you are collecting the Jedi from the Acolyte series, or you just want a Wookiee Jedi, that's a figure that you might want to check out. We also had some pipeline reveals. So from the new Skeleton Crew series, we're getting SM-33. So the pilot for the kids is coming to the Black Series line. And then also we got for Retro Collection, if you're collecting those Retro Collection figures, we got some pipeline reveals. So we're going to get a set with the Rebel Fleet Trooper, Han Solo. These are all from Star Wars A New Hope. Rebel Fleet Trooper, Han Solo in Imperial disguise, Luke Skywalker from Yavin with the yellow coat, Walrus Man, a Sand Trooper, and Dr. Evan as well to go with the Walrus Man. So again, for the smaller, less articulated Retro Collection figures, those will be coming to the line sometime next year. Mondo is going to be opening up pre-orders for their next 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe figure. Pre-orders for this will open up on the Mondo shop website starting on December 10th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and the pre-order window will last until Friday, December 20th. So this is the one that's going up for pre-order this week is Buzz Off. We saw this on display at New York Comic Con back in October. So the cost of this one is going to be $265. Now, I imagine there will be a regular version that will have less accessories released at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth at a later date. But again, with this deluxe version, you're going to get a 10-day window to pre-order it. Again, cost is $265. Now, this is based primarily on his 2000X look of the character. You get multiple head sculpts. You get a small axe, a large axe. You get multiple pairs of hands, you get a shield, and you get a lance. And of course, he's got the wings, which are done with the translucent plastic. Again, I saw this at New York Comic Con on display. It's a pretty cool looking figure, especially if you like the 2000X design. And again, if you want to add this one to your collection, pre-orders will be opening up tomorrow on the Mondo website. Now, if you're a fan of Sesame Street, you might want to check out these new Blockees Sesame Street figures. Now, this is from an overseas company. I'm vaguely familiar with these figures as far as their Transformers, which stand roughly about 4 inches tall. These are supposed to debut at the SGCC convention, which I believe is an overseas convention. Maybe this weekend, I think. And as far as being available online, I'm sure at some point they will be, but I don't have any information about when they will be available online. Places like Big Bad Toy Store and even Entertainment Earth, I've seen carrying the Transformer stuff. So I would imagine they'll probably, at least Big Bad Toy Store will probably have these Sesame Street ones, if this is something you're thinking about wanting to add to your collection. So right now, basically what I can tell you is the first wave is going to include Abigail, Elmo, Cookie Monster, and Big Bird. And you do see that Big Bird is a little bit taller than the others, though probably not in true scale. But again, I'm going to say these are going to stand roughly about 4 inches tall. And when I get more details like pricing and things like that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. For you Simpson fans, we've got to look at some new 2.5-inch scale figures coming from Jakks Pacific. So we've got some single release figures as well as a new play set. So for the play set, we're getting a Krusty Burger restaurant with Krusty the Clown. Again, these are 2.5-inch tall figures. And then on the back of the box for this set, we can see we are going to be getting Grandpa, Krusty Fan Bart, Milhouse, Ralph, and Comic Book Guy. Also, Baseball Homer, Marge with Maggie, and Milhouse and Lenny. So the image for the Krusty Burger playset showed up on Amazon UK. So no specific details on when these will be released or if they'll be available online. I mean, obviously they're going to be available online at some point, but it's not yet available for purchase on the Amazon UK website. And who knows when Amazon here in the US will have these listed. I'm sure they'll also show up at places like Target and Walmart. But again, more Simpson figures are coming from Jakks Pacific. All right, and then finally, we're going to end with Marvel Legend news. Marvel Hasbro had a live stream last week on Friday. It was the final fan stream for Marvel Legends for 2024. And they actually showed some pretty cool stuff, in my opinion. I talked about this on Friday, but we're just going to go down everything that was revealed, including what seems to be a number of hints that Hasbro was dropping for us as well. So the first thing was the new Spider-Man Retro Cardback Wave, which is going to be going up for pre-order this week on Thursday. So this will be available pretty much everywhere, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. So this is the first wave of 2025 for Marvel Legends. Again, it is a Spider-Man Retro Cardback Wave. It is a 6-figure wave. We've seen rumors for this wave, which have now been confirmed. So just to break it down, we are getting a new version of Agent Venom, Flash Thompson. We got the Walgreens version back in 2014. This seems to be a much nicer figure. You get the unmasked Flash Thompson head. You get 2 extra pairs of hands. This figure is going to have new hips and joints. It's got the pinless joints from the original release, so those are updated. The arms and legs have been updated on this figure, and you get the weapons, and you get a working gun holster for the pistol, which I don't think the previous Walgreens version had. So even if you have that Walgreens one, which I do, but I think this is a much nicer figure of that character, so you probably want to maybe think about getting this one if Agent Venom is a character that you're a fan of. Now, besides that, we are getting the, based on the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, we are getting the Chameleon wearing that blue outfit, blue and red outfit. He has the belt in the cartoon. He used the belt. He would like fiddle with his belt, which would allow him to change faces. The original Toy Biz 5-inch figure that was done based on this figure had like alternate heads, so it was like a mask type thing. So Hasbro's kind of paying tribute to both versions with this figure. You get the belt, you get a hand that looks like is adjusting the belt. You also get a pulled off Jonah Jameson face mask. You don't get any extra heads with this one, but I'm sure you can probably alternate heads like J. Jonah with this figure if you want to. But again, this is technically based on the Spider-Man animated series. I always like this look for the Chameleon, so this will be one. Both Flash and this one are figures that I plan on pre-ordering. We're getting Francine Fry, the female version of Electro, which I guess is Tombstone's daughter in the comic books. I'm not really familiar with this version of Electro. This is probably one that I will pass on, but if you are a fan of that version, this is one that you might want to check out. So this figure is going to come with new enlarged lightning effects with C-grip clamps to put around her wrist, but basically new types of lightning effects that we're getting for the first time. Not the last time, but for the first time. So, and then we're also getting Kane. So Marvel's Kane, the flawed clone from the Clone Saga. So this is one that you might want to check out. So this one includes an extra pair of hands. He also has a windswept cape and features both pinless arms and legs. And he's got a decent size to him. So Kane, if you're a fan of that character. Then we've got Spider-Boy. This was revealed Thanksgiving week by Dan Slott, but it is part of this line. So you get 2 head sculpts with this one. This is the first kid-sized body that will have the pinless arms and legs. And you get the regular head and then the head sculpt with the fangs. Even though he doesn't actually shoot webs, you do get web shooting hands with this figure. But again, Spider-Boy with the pinless arms and legs. And again, I'm sure we'll be seeing this kid body used for other characters as well at some point. And then the final figure, and probably my favorite of the 6, is Spider-Man Unlimited. So this is based on the animated series, the Spider-Man Unlimited animated series, which was actually kind of a spin-off or a continuation of the 90s Spider-Man animated series. So you've got a lot of nice sculpting detail with this figure. You get an extra set of hands with the figure. You get the web cape, and again, this figure will have pinless arms and legs. And again, if you were a fan of that cartoon, this is one that you probably definitely want to check out. I believe this is the first time we've ever gotten this version of Spider-Man in action figure form, definitely in Marvel Legend form. Like I say, this is the one I am most looking forward to from this wave. So if you want to pick up all or any of these figures, there is no Build-A-Figure. It is just a 6-figure, retro cardback wave. But pre-orders open up this coming Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. They also announced a couple of different store exclusives. So we've got a new Target exclusive Professor Xavier Savage Land edition, or more specifically, is basically wearing the green jumpsuit that he wore throughout both the X-Men and X-Men 97 cartoon. Whenever he wasn't wearing the suit, he would wear this jumpsuit. So Technically, this is based on, he first appeared, I think he first wore this suit when he went to the Savage Land looking for Magneto, and both he and Magneto end up losing their powers for a while. And when he lost his powers, he was able to walk, which is why the figure doesn't have a hover chair or a wheelchair. He does come with the Cerebro helmet, even though, again, technically this version didn't have powers. He also has the telekinesis pointing hand, which again he really can't use because he doesn't have his powers. If you really want to say, this is the Savage Land version, but again, he actually wore this suit outside the Savage Land. There are rumors that we're supposed to be getting an X-Men 97 Professor Xavier and hover chair. I would not be surprised if we get this figure or very similar, maybe with some slight paint modifications, but this figure with the hover chair is part of the X-Men 97 line. But I guess we'll have to see. But again, this will be a Target store exclusive. Hasbro did not give a pre-order or release date for it, but I suspect we will see this figure go up in February timeframe. So just going by past years, when they would announce a Target exclusive around this time, we would see the figure actually go up for pre-order in February. So that is my guess. But again, Hasbro did not give any kind of specific pre-order or launch date for this figure. Next up for Walmart, and this is one of my favorite reveals from last week, is a figure based on the live-action Spider-Man TV series from the late 70s. So this was, the series started as a 90-minute movie back in 1977. The actor who played Spider-Man / Peter Parker was named Nicholas Hammond. And basically, for the time, it was a pretty realistic looking Spider-Man. His web shooter on his right hand, he only had one web shooter, and it was on the outside of his costume. When he shot webs, it looked like he was basically shooting string. But still, for the time period, it was actually, pretty good effects and everything. And they would have him walk up walls and stuff. His eye lenses were more, looked like mirrors, but which on this figure, they don't quite give it that mirror effect, but still looks pretty good. Also, his belt, he had a belt, a utility type belt that he wore on the outside of the costume. But so this is really kind of our first figure in the Marvel Legend line ever based on some of these old classic Marvel TV shows. I hope this is one of many. I would love to see, them do figures based on the late 70s, 80s Incredible Hulk TV show, which also premiered on CBS. The Spider-Man series was on CBS, and so was the Hulk series, which of course starred Bill Bixby as David Banner, who would turn into the Hulk, who was played by Lou Ferrigno. So I don't know if they would be able to do Bill Bixby. He's passed away, and likeness rights and stuff might be an issue going through the estate. But I definitely could see them doing a Lou Ferrigno Hulk figure at least. I would love to see a 2-pack, but I could see at least Hasbro being able to do a Lou Ferrigno Hulk figure. There are also other characters like Captain America, who, he had a clear shield and basically wore a motorcycle helmet, rode a motorcycle. So it would be kind of cool if they did that. Or Thor and Daredevil appeared in later, when they brought the Hulk back. I think it was in their late 80s or early 90s in movie form, TV movie form. They brought in characters like Daredevil and Thor, so those would be kind of cool figures to see. I would even love to see, like, Spider-Man used to be on the Electric Company and had some villains like the Wall. So I would love to see Hasbro do some figures based on that as well. But hopefully this will be the first of at least a few based on those old classic TV shows. This is unfortunately going to be released as a Walmart exclusive. That's the one downside to this figure. It includes a piece of string to mimic his webbing effect. You also get 2 web splats, which I believe are plastic, even though, again, in the show, it was basically, string webbing that he used. But they do give you an actual piece of string that you can put around his wrist, so it looks like he's shooting a piece of string, which is kind of funny. So those will be included with the figure. You get an extra pair of hands. You also get window box packaging that has a very 70s Spider-Man series feel to it with the logo and everything. So Again, like with the Target exclusive, Hasbro did not give a pre-order window for this, but I am going to say probably late February or March time frame. Usually these get offered during Walmart collector cons, and those do jump around. Sometimes they've had collector cons in February. I think March one year. A lot of times they're just October and July. It would be hard to believe that this won't see release until July, which would be the summer Walmart Collector Con. But if they do one, early next year around Toy Fair time, then I could see them offering this. So I'm thinking February, late February or early March is when this figure will be available on the Walmart website. Again, that's just a guess on my part, but because again, Hasbro did not give us any kind of specific date on when this figure will be available. The third store exclusive will be going up for pre-order later this month. They didn't give us a specific day, but my guess, not this week, but next week is when this will be going up sometime next week. This is going to be offered as an Amazon exclusive. It is from No Way Home. It is the Lizard. So Hasbro did a Lizard figure from, the previous movies, the Andrew Garfield movies. But this is an updated version of the Lizard, and so with this, you're going to get new pinless arms and legs. You're going to get alternate clawing hands. You're going to get an open yelling and a normal head sculpt, along with an articulated tail, which I believe the original figure had as well. The figure also is going to have pivoting ankles and ton of texturing and oversprays and washes to bring out the depths of the browns and the greens. I'm kind of reciting what Hasbro told us about this figure. So, and this figure is taller than, say, like Spider-Man and stuff. So, again, this is going to be an Amazon exclusive. They said it was definitely going to be going up for pre-order this month in December. The reason why I think it's next week, because this week we have the Spider-Man wave going up for pre-order. So next week makes the most sense to me. And then we're going to be going into the holidays. So I feel like they wouldn't do the pre-order during the holidays. So again, I'm thinking, I don't know what day next week, but I am thinking probably this will go up next week. And when Hasbro gives us a specific date, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And then finally, they revealed the first X-Men wave of 2025. This will be the second Marvel Legend wave released in the new year. So this will be going up for pre-order soon, but again, Hasbro didn't give a specific date. I suspect this will be going up either in the first or the second week of January. They definitely said January, so this isn't going to be going up for pre-order this month, but I believe probably we'll see the pre-orders open for this in the first or second week of January. And again, we had seen rumored listings for these, but just to go down the list, we're getting Age of Apocalypse Gambit. Now, the next figure being released is a new Wolverine. Now, this is the one I got wrong a teeny bit. I told you there was a Wolverine figure coming. I said Ultimate Wolverine. It's actually Extreme X-Men Wolverine. So, in that black and yellow costume. So I could see them using these legs on another Wolverine in the near future because he's got the combat fatigue pants this figure's wearing. So I could see them using those legs for another Wolverine figure in the near future. But this figure is going to come with 3 pairs of hands. And there's a Build-A-Figure in this wave. And this is the one figure that does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. Next up, we've got Fabian Cortez, one of Magneto's acolytes, the first one that they're doing. This was announced last month at one of the overseas conventions. So we're getting another Generation X member with Husk. So this figure has 2 head sculpts, a normal looking head sculpt, and then one that looks like she's ripping the skin off of her metal face. And then you also get a piece of flesh so that you can make it look like, she's tearing off the flesh from her face if you want to. Morrow is coming from Age of Apocalypse. She made her way into the regular Marvel Universe. She's also in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. So she's going to come with 2 bone knives. She's got the bone sticking out of her back. And Dan made an interesting comment. They had pulled out that blue and yellow cable figure that Hasbro released recently and had them both standing there on the table. And and Dan made a comment suggesting that perhaps they were hinting at a greater theme with those two figures. And so it should be noted that both those figures appear, Cable in that outfit, that yellow and blue outfit, along with Morrow, appear in the Marvel vs. Capcom video games. There have been rumors for that. So it's possible that, they are kind of offhandedly confirming that we are going to be getting Marvel versus Capcom figures. And just to recap this rumor, and this rumor came from Displaying Model Behavior. I've not actually seen anything for these figures, so this is all his info. But according to him, we could see Shuma Gorath, a Juggernaut, a new Juggernaut, Captain America, and Venom. That there are going to be single releases and 2-packs based on the rumor. So Juggernaut and Shuma Gorath, which I guess would be more like deluxe figures. And then Captain America and Venom would be a 2-pack, War Machine and Omega Red, Wolverine and Silver Samurai, and finally Psylocke and Thanos. So again, it's hard to say for sure, but it definitely felt like that is what Ryan Ting was hinting at when he made that comment about perhaps they were hinting at a greater theme when they had the Morrow and the Cable. Okay, moving on, we got a new Cyclops. This is X Factor Cyclops, this time with the blue and yellow outfit. We've gotten blue and white before. This uses the Vulcan body. You get 2 head sculpts. You get one for the optic blast, and you get the regular head sculpt. But we get a new optic blast effect where at the end it looks like it's kind of exploding outward. So, and if you have the previous optic blast effect, you should be able to use that on this figure as well. But again, X Factor Cyclops, and they did ask in the stream if people would be interested in seeing additional original X Factor members in these costumes, which I 100% would love to see. But whether I have confidence that Hasbro will actually get those to us or not, I don't know. But definitely, if they did all the members of X Factor, this figure would be more appealing. Next up, we have Uncanny X-Force Nightcrawler. So another Age of Apocalypse figure. This is going to have 2 head sculpts. One of the head sculpts will feature red eyes. The other will feature yellow. He was portrayed differently in the comics with different colored eyes. So they're giving us both versions of eyes. You get his sword as well. You get, pretty much the same articulation as you have with the previous Nightcrawler figure. It does have the pinless arms and legs. So X-Force Nightcrawler, this one they announced pretty much at San Diego Comic-Con. And then finally, as I said, is a Build-A-Figure wave. So the Build-A-Figure is Nemesis. So this is an updated, more modern version of Nemesis / Holocaust, which, they did back in the day, which was the more classic look for him. Another Age of Apocalypse character that made his way into the regular Marvel Universe. So with this figure, according to Dwight, this is like one of his favorite, if not the favorite figure that he's ever worked on for Marvel Legends. A lot of sculpting details. It's got the arm cannon. It's got hoses on the back with the back piece that connect into the arm cannon. He's got basically you can pull off his dome, and you've got the skull head, which you can turn the head, and it's got an articulated jaw. It's also got the fire around the head inside there. So again, this is the Build-A-Figure for this wave. And this, again, as I said, they did not give a pre-order date for this wave, but I suspect probably the 1st or at the latest 2nd week of January is when this will go up, and it'll be available everywhere, again, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Now, Hasbro also dropped a number of hints and clues, including showing off 3 accessories for upcoming figures during the live streams. I already talked about the clue they seemingly dropped, hinting at the Marvel vs. Capcom line. They also talked about, they told us when they were talking about the Professor Xavier Savage Land figure, the Target exclusive, they said that there would definitely be more Savage Land characters released in 2025. Dwight made an offhand comment about the 4-armed character, Barbarous, I believe is his name. Dwight didn't say him by name, but he said the 4-armed character, so maybe that means he's coming to the line. I don't know. But definitely there will be more Savage Land characters. For Spider-Man No Way Home, when they were talking about the Lizard figure, they said there's definitely going to be another villain coming. I can tell you with 99.9% certainty that we will be getting a No Way Home version of Electro, which will have those same large lightning effect pieces as the female Electro has. So look for hit. And I don't believe that will be a store exclusive. I think that will be a fan channel or regular release figure. And on top of that, there should also be a new Tobey Maguire symbiote Spider-Man figure coming to the line um, in the black costume, where it will have the masked and unmasked head, and then also have that kind of symbiote where it kind of forms the Venom head, off of his shoulder. So I'll have that piece as well. So those two have not been officially confirmed by Hasbro, so we will treat it as rumor. But I can tell you again with about 99.9% certainty, those two figures will be coming to the line. And then finally, as I said, they showed us 3 different accessories for upcoming figures. So the first accessory was a staff, which is, again, I can tell you with 99.9% certainty will be for a new Adam Warlock figure that will be part of a new subline, a mini comics subline. So the wave with these figures, not only will we be getting Adam Warlock, which will come with an Infinity Gauntlet #1 mini comic. The ROM, the Space Knight figure that they teased back at San Diego Comic-Con, will be part of this subline with a ROM #1 mini comic. There should be a Banshee figure in yellow and green outfit with a giant size X-Men #1 mini comic. Again, the Adam Warlock figure. There will be a Miles Morales Spider-Man with a Miles Morales The Unlimited Spider-Man #1 mini comic. Dark Avengers Wolverine with Dark Avengers #1 mini comic. And an Ultimate Iron Man figure with an Ultimate Iron Man mini comic. So no Build-A-Figure with these, but you do get the mini comics. These are supposed to be out in April and will cost about $25 each. So I suspect these will be revealed early next year officially, probably January or February timeframe. And then the second accessory that they showed was obviously a webbing, a Spider-Man webbing type effect piece. And I again can tell you with 99.9% certainty, though not confirmed by Hasbro yet, but with 99.9% certainty that this will be part of a new Marvel Legends Ultimate subline. I've talked about these, not Ultimate as in the Ultimate Comics, but Ultimate as figures with a ton of accessories. And the first 2 figures should be a Spider-Man figure in the red and blue classic costume, and that is what this accessory is going to go to. Have a bunch of other accessories, and then a Hulk figure, which will be about 8.5 inches tall. So again, I've talked about these before, but I just want to reiterate that again, with 99.9% certainty that webbing effect is for the Marvel Legends Ultimate Spider-Man figure. Now, that's not to say that they couldn't use that webbing effect with other figures as well. Again, going back to the Marvel versus Capcom line that Ryan seemed to be maybe hinting at, I could see, that is similar to webbing that we saw in the video game. So I could see that also being included with, a Spider-Man or Venom figure in that line, maybe. But I could see, obviously Hasbro is not opposed to reusing accessories with multiple figures. So I definitely could see that in other figures. But as far as what I can tell you, 99% sure is it will be included with a Spider-Man figure in that new Ultimate. The final teaser, I can only guess at. I don't know. It looks like the blades on Archangel's wings, they're black in this image, but Ryan did say that this accessory was unfinished. So that might be an indication that these have not been painted. So they could end up being silver. So I can only speculate. There are rumors, again, displaying model behavior throughout that we were going to be getting a new Archangel figure, probably repaint of the one that we got previously, maybe with some different accessories, but in X-Force colors. This image is the closest image I could find to how the wings look with the black, though I don't know if that's just shading or if they're actually black. But this is from the Dark X-Men storyline. It has a skull type head, so maybe that's what we'll actually end up getting. I don't know. That one I'm completely guessing on. I have no idea for sure, but those definitely look like blades from Archangel's wings. is the first thing I thought of when I saw those. But I don't have any real inside information on that other than we have seen rumors of a new Archangel figure coming to the line next year. Now, one final thing, this wasn't in the live stream, but Dan Young did throw out this tweet showing these comics and saying interesting stuff for Marvel Legend collectors. So I don't know if he was trying to hint to more things to come. I really hope, Excalibur is one that's shown here. So I really hope maybe he's hinting that we will get finally Rachel Summers in the red spiked jumpsuit to round out our Excalibur team. But again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But just wanted to throw that in there that Dan Young, after the live stream, posted that up on his social media X account. And he often likes to throw little teasers and hints and stuff out on his social media. So we'll see where that goes. But like I say, when I saw Excalibur, I was like, please tell me that means we are going to be getting Rachel Summers. I would hope we get Farrell to round out our X-Force team this year as well. But hopefully at least maybe we'll get Rachel Summers in the red spike suit to go with the Excalibur team. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. As always, feel free to leave your own thoughts about everything I talked about down in the comments section below. Also, please consider becoming an action figure enthusiast member. We're up to 24 members. I'd love to see that continue to grow. So if you haven't already, it's only 99 cents. We'll be doing contests. We've already done a couple of contests and we'll be doing more, plus some other special things for channel members. So again, if you want to become an action figure enthusiast channel member, there is a link in the video description below for that. Also, if you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,